Hello everyone, and welcome back to this first look at Hytale. I've gone ahead and processed the rest of the items that we had gathered from our mining expedition. Not much has changed. Let's see, I use copper hatchet now. Yes. So we've made a chef stove that can turn food into skewers more easily, and there seem to be some advanced recipes. So it seems we can make bread that will instantly restore health instead of healing and providing an overtime benefit. Let's see. I made some medium leather out of medium hide that we had gotten, but there is no use for it right now. And I used a lot of the copper, iron, and cloth scraps that we had collected to upgrade this workbench. Upgrading the workbench didn't do anything specific other than enable us to craft higher tier tools and enable us to craft the salvager's workbench, alchemist's workbench, and arcanist's workbench. We haven't seen any gold or thorium, so the scavenger's workbench might be the only thing we have available. At this time, I think we've mostly explored a lot of the underground and what the caves have to offer. So I'm thinking we should go and explore the Aboveland stuff. I also puttered about and fixed or remarbled the flooring and discovered a little bit about the building system. So we made this builder's workbench and put in some marble cobblestone that I mined off camera. And you can turn the marble cobblestone into regular marble, or you can change it into any form of decoration block. So let's take that. Take one. No, and not just take one. Okay. So let's make a light temple door. And we have this light temple door. But as you may see, there's a lot of marble that's already on the ground. Some of it seems to be marble cobblestone, and we can change it to marble stone with this hammer. The hammer doesn't seem to have any durability, so I'm just using the crude hammer. So, yeah, seems like there are some interesting variations between the options that we have. And that's a nice set. But we don't need it for now, so I will dump our marble building supplies back in here. Yes, I also killed one of those big guys that had a sword. I've killed a few of above ground at this point, and it dropped a void heart. Just wanted to make note of that. Yeah, the same guys that are dropping the essence of the void. I have no idea what it's for, but didn't want that to pop in my inventory without an explanation. So, where to go? Can zoom all the way out. That seems to be an interesting but probably dangerous area. But we can start our exploration here, just on this. Well, I don't know. So, let's journey on up. We have torches, we have food, we have some durability in our weapons. We're just gonna wing it. This game hasn't given us much reason to expect disaster. Unless I get pulled into a pool of lava. And what? Okay, you seem to be hostile. Okay, so this is a ore rock camp. And okay, seems to be a good source of linen scraps. What are you throwing at me? Okay, so these Toroks seem to be how we can get linen scraps. I've been wondering about that since they are... They seem to be necessary for just about all of the iron tier tools, some of the buildings. Nice little area. Were there only 2 of them? Yep, let's not make a habit of standing over cliffs. I'm sure if we wait long enough, something will oblige us and knock us in. Small lumberjack chest. Raw chicken, arrows, copper ore. Okay, and light hide is another one of the things that we need. It will be interesting to see over time how many things respawn or don't. Okay, could be a cave under there. And oh, they have a workbench of their own. I keep thinking I'm hearing something. Oh. Cool. There's going to be backpacks. Right. You could have seen that already. I'm just destroying these thorax house and seeing what falls out of it. All in the name of finding where to get resources. So that was that, I guess. This can just be an example of possible building techniques. Seems interesting enough. Leather roof. Okay, I wonder if we can recycle like their leather roof into leather pieces. That would be quite useful. Pigs and piglets. There seemed to be... I had noticed an item to allow us to pick up mobs. That will be interesting, but I didn't see any convenient way of storing them. Nor do I know how to breed them. But I imagine we'll get to that in due time. Seems to be a house over there. This map seems pretty strong. We can go and check out whatever that is. But first, over that way. And not much, but let's get some building supplies on the mod car. The fens. Yes, and I learned that you can mantle 4 blocks. Is that a zombie archer? Nice. Plenty of arrows, iron. More things to build with. Okay, I guess that's all just for appearance. Oh, and while I was mining out some marble, I did learn that the tools do not break, they only become ineffective or drastically less effective. So there's always a chance to repair them. But the repair cost seemed pretty high, so I wasn't very interested in it, particularly not for copper items. Interesting how a lot of the landforms kind of elevation strata that you end up in basins that direct where you can adventure. Yeah. Generally, you can easily get in and out of them, but still. And that's why there is an arachnophobia setting. Cool. You can punch with a shield. Are we poisoned? Yes. I mean, I saw the big poison border, but took me a moment to see the symbol. That looks fancy. Might be a good place to sleep for the night or investigate through the night, but also might be full of enemies. Some kind of water wheel? Hello? Anyone not hostile home? Oh. I don't know that this game has any working mechanisms and machines, but if it did, that's cool. Interesting. Huh. I don't know what to do about a black hole in the sky. I don't know if that is on the scale of humans to handle. Hello. Okay. Feel like monsters are spawning slightly closer than usual. Okay, that's... They're really just spawning right there. And we... Okay. I did not expect to be in... this kind of dangerous siege. Rule 1 of a siege is naturally to open the front door and attract enemies to you. More bone fragments. Oh, is that just an empty moon? Let's see if this dropped anything important. Because it certainly looked interesting. Hello, crab. Void crawler. I guess I didn't get the name of that floaty eye thing. So we seem to be in a much more dangerous area than we had started in. I might have wanted to bring a bedroll, but that's not how I play these things. I'm starting to think of, like, if I was in this area, wandering around all night, would it be reasonable to set up a bunch of spike pits? That would have been quite a few skeleton soldiers. Okay. My sword is about to break. It is a void eye. Man, those are right on me, goodness. Oh. Alright, I knew I was being aggressive. But seems like I was too aggressive. And seems like my bed was destroyed. Okay, well, let's run back to the Forgotten Temple. Try and try and get more supplies. You know, just a new sword, I guess. And then return to pick up the items. This is the repair kit. Used to repair tools, weapons, and armor. Repaired items will lose up to 10% of their maximum durability. Which is interesting. You know, I suppose it is cheaper than a full iron pickaxe. I should probably just make it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem satisfying. Well, and now I have this extra copper pickaxe. I'll keep it around and maybe I'll repair the bow first. But maybe I should also make a copper bow. Okay, I'm just on my way back to where I had died, and there seem to be 10 stalkers. Okay, they drop medium hide. I can't really use yet, but... Okay. So if I'm vaguely looking at the ground... There. Then it breaks. Doing that special cost me a lot more than I think it helped. And there are a lot of these guys. Okay, so I seem to regain stamina while attacking. So I don't know if I have much reason to stop attacking other than to block. Goodness, this is a much more dangerous area than the start. Yes, I did find a grizzly bear. Hello? Oh, I made a iron sword copper bow. While I was sorting out my death. Would like to try and get items back. I had died in the water. Heavy hide. So now I know a source of that. That I'm going to need heavy hide for a little bit. But it does not seem like any items that I had dropped are here. That's unfortunate. Okay, and this is just a stuck bear. The sword charge thing is odd because I only filled it halfway up on a grizzly bear. So it's only for situations where I'm fighting 2 or more grizzly bears in a row. Which I imagine would happen. But I also wanted to check this out. Is this a lookable item? Nope. Maybe it's a trade item to something? We'll have to keep it in the back of our mind. While we look for stuff. Interesting, just a spurt of volcanic power here. And there seems to be some form of mine structure. Okay. I did not read what it's called. Okay, well, it is currently called a memory, so we will have to check on that later. I wonder if this area, having iron on the surface, will have other things down below. Hopefully not just enemies. Definitely easier to access iron here. Not a big fan of being in a dead end. The enemies don't seem too threatening, but if they're always in threes or something, they're certainly going to take some time. I did not mean to deposit all. Certainly going to take some time to kill each group of them. Always a risk of falling. No idea where those noises are coming from. Can I just... Okay, this game does need to work on its arrow hitbox registration. Does the damage get notably larger? Nope. Seems to max out at about 15. I know I'm not being the most realistic shooting a bow off of a ladder, but what are you doing, guys? Okay, wrong button. Huh. That is a very difficult maneuver to make, I guess. I should have been doing something before I came here. Okay, so what the heck is this doing? Game? That was weird in quite a few ways. I mean, obviously, I can't really fight like 5 enemies at once. That is good to know, but also a little bit difficult to avoid in that situation. Let's see, do I have a bunch of berries? Let's see. What could I have done better there, other than, like, shoot more arrows at the beginning? That's health regen and health boost. And berries give me stamina. I'm getting more comfortable with the, I don't know, turn-based nature of this combat. But I think it is a little bit difficult to feel okay with. What am I trying to say? I don't think I really appreciate a combat system that is just attacking and blocking in alternate. Um, Particularly when blocking is just a matter of stamina. Jesus. What the heck? When blocking is just a matter of stamina. And attacking is just swing kind of as fast as you want. Sure, I can power swing. I am really bad at dodging those. Oh no, they are tracking. Not tracking, predictive. And there I was having trouble because I lost stamina a lot faster than I expected. I mean, I probably need tougher armor, but the amount of iron I've found doesn't justify making the suit of armor at this time. Well, I guess that's why I have to mine first. Just a bunch of buckets. Plenty of food. So I felt I was just going to be able to block and attack, walk up to that guy, but I didn't realize that I was losing all of my stamina, like, each attack. Each time I got attacked. So. What is... Okay, my shield doesn't have durability. Don't know what's flinging me there. Oh. That is something that I would have appreciated learning not in combat. That these mushrooms are incredibly bouncy. Yellow mushroom shell. That is a very understated name for the effect that they have. Nope, you cannot put buckets down. Okay. Copper, food, wood. Appreciated. Can I make more torches? So now it feels like I've just accidentally fought all of the enemies on this floor. And now I can just get all of the rewards. I'm sure there are more somewhere, but I think the NPC system's a little... needs some fine-tuning. You know, not great to find all of the enemies at once and kind of have to deal with them either just with a bow or as a mob. And then, like, nothing on the rest of the floor, or only a few single enemies that happened to be left out. I mean, like, I guess I understand that it would be a little bit too game-like if there were just 2 enemies, like, standing around here in each corridor, but there has to be some way of making a good middle ground. It might not be their design, but I think that middle ground would be just to have smaller or fewer rewards in an area like this, to say have 3 enemies in a hallway over this way, another 3 in a hallway over there, and then have 1 or 2 chests. With a few items there that are maybe slightly higher loot rolls or something, but not 6 chests that I'm just walking between different portions of the dungeon for. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 hallways. Let's see. Did I just get unlucky coming down here first? Getting spotted by 3 different hallways, and then I ended up attracting other things? Or, like, I don't know. That also seems like a difficult... something that's not really easy to know or plan around from above. But we will see. Yeah. Good and bad that the game is procedurally generated. A workbench? Okay, 1 minute. Let's take an odd detour and experiment with the railroad. Because there's a lot of rails here, and I might as well steal all of them. And that is the tool break sound. A little bit frustrating, since apparently I do not need to use the tool. things break apart. I think I saw in one of the crafting buildings that I can make cards and tracks, but if I can use them without paying for them, then that would be great. Let's dump off some of these barrels and get this wood. Actually, let's just go down and sleep. No reason to get caught out. I can be sleep in an hour. Okay, well. A little bit frustrating. Let's just... I'll be right back. Alright, I've slept through the night and collected some more rails. The rail placing seems to be a little unintuitive. Okay. And the riding seems to be okay. So I'm just pressing A and D, and so I'm pressing D right now, and it's just wheeling to whatever it has defined as backward. Okay. I feel like the minecart system has a lot to be worked on. It is very opinionated. The player can move the minecart, but the movement is stuttery and does not look good. Yeah. Okay. I guess this looks fine, but in first person, not so much. And I don't know why the cart would determine that clockwise is currently the forward direction and counterclockwise is the backwards direction. But that's early access. Okay. I think I will leave that there for now. We've explored this mine shaft, that building, that whatever it was called camp, and then we can check out 2 other buildings next. And I'll ferry supplies around. We got a lot of buckets. See you all next time.